Fighter 6. Fighter 6.
Not howling. Lily's birthday. Happy birthday, Lily. Happy birthday, Zangief. But so 2 days later.
Fighting round. Practice. Combo try. Parry. Parry.
진짜. What? Practice, huh? Oh fuck! And
Power charge! Power charge! Are you okay?
out a bit.
Thank you.
飽きた。
Here comes a new challenger.
チュンリー。
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are
Chun-Li.
raring to go.
Cold
Who's going to come out on
Chun-Li.
top in this fight?
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Waiting for the opponent to make the first move.
あはっだだだ。
Goes for the throw. Lots of aggression from both sides. Big counter. Throws him. What's next? Player one chases them down. Great work finding the O.P.P.A.I.
Oh.
Player one takes the
It's a
round like a
master.
thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two. Fight.
The super armor does its job. Goes into the
job.
stance. Doesn't miss a beat. Scrapping it out up close. Jumps. Rattles them with a spinning burst. Shows the medium kick. It's a good spot to use the super. Yo, kicking off their facial features with the Hayoku. This is gonna be bad.
He's a good player. I
Well,
couldn't
listen,
do
when
anything.
you're locked in, you're locked in.
One more
That
please,
was a
master.
decisive win. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. Player one chases them down. There's a thing. Player one needs to deal with this burnout. Takes a trip. Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Both sides backing off to form their game plan. Burns the drive gauge. Fires a power wave! Player one is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? KO! Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Charges
Please
in
make
with
fun
power.
of me. But
This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Oh, hits him with a stopping bomb. Serenity Stream. Gotta be careful, charges forward. Jumps up, drive rush to keep it going. Going on the offensive? A parry? Throws a fireball. Goes into the stance. Player 1 will need to play it conservative. Burnout activates. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Drops him hard. Oh, block it. Player 1 can't afford mistakes without that drive gauge. Bolts up, the low kick hits. The next touch made the through the throw. Player 1 gets the win.
Finishing. Can I play one more?
They're
Yeah,
still
it's enough.
hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. A trade, but they're not worried. Get right in there. Will the drive parry here open things up for them? Goes for the throw, so they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player 1 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful here. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Goes for the low-risk air-to-air. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
The impact doesn't do anything. Answers with a right attack. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. What'll happen here? Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Goes for the jump in. Grabs and throws him away. The overhead connects. Quick breather. There's a change of sides. Knocked them out of the air. Player 1 has a chance to win the round if they can quit their drive. Oh, the throw connects. Uses the drive gauge. Lost, willing to risk it for the overdrive. Player 1 denies the jump in attempt. Player 2 faced the giant and walks away.
Can I play one more?
What a win!
If I lost, yeah, anyway, thanks.
Here comes a new challenger.
Go.
Y'all better have your Sunday's best on because it's time for business.
Ready. Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Saw that low heavy coming. Opts for the throw. Checks with the projectile. The move whips and they get nailed with the punish counter. Lots of aggression from both sides. Grabs them. Takes a trip. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. What a finish. Great meat on the life gauge there. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Player 1 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their grounding. There's a power wave! Scrapping it out up close. Medium kick. What'll happen here? The opening on that impact. Will they take it? Low heavy. Springs forward with the drive rush. Can they create an opportunity to drive? Oh, no question whether this super art is going to kill or not. There it is! They knew it!
It's overkill. Actually, that's
Final
easy.
round.
Anyway, I
Starting drops them hard. The last round. It's now or never. Overhead. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Getting up close and personal. Brett sets up with the jump in. Solid anti-air. Close range projectile. Low heavy. Wave anti-air in the clutch. Drive rush. Player 1 still has a chance, but it's going to be an uphill battle. Notice closes in. Takes it. Flatlines them.
Thanks.
Get that bank account ready because that fight was easy money.
Do you want to play more?
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Big throws. Projectile to try and change the situation. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Nice counter. Smart play there. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Taking stock. Dashes! One chance here may end the KO! Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Box him with a target call. Still slugging it out at this range. The jump in catches him. What'll happen here? Jumps in. Drive rush to keep it going. Going in. Fires a power wave. Looks to add more pressure by parrying the projectile. Blocks it. Raises with power wave. In with the cross. KO.
Good player.
We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Solid anti-air. All the throw connects. Let loose the power wave. Player 2 crowns him from above. With super arts into play, it's really anything goes at this point. Medium kick, nothing stops this train. He's gonna use super arts to show up what a PhD and fighters can do for you. Uh-oh, this could really tip the scales. Amazing, setting it all on the The projectile hit. Fantastic positioning on show during that round. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Solid anti-air. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their driver. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Goes for the jump in to start the round. Long low attack hit. Big low reaching heavy. Checks them with the projectile. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Fires a power wave! Player 2 needs, there's a wall splash. They can't do anything now. Jumps in. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Going in. Rising tackle raises the roof. Big drive gap. Oh, going out. Did they mean to do that? Player 2 and gets the tip so heavy. Player 1 is a force to be reckoned
Can I play one more? Up.
Here comes a new challenger.
Cute. Julie-chan.
Y'all better have your Sunday best on because it's time for business.
I can't read it.
Time to play.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Gets the counter in. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Jump in, finds the mark. Checks with the projectile. Taking stock. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Holds out with the block. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. In there! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Dashes forward. Cracks the dome. Gets the jump in. Good awareness on the cross-up. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. It's a good spot to use the super. Big stage blows. Goes for the jump. Burner
I
activates.
could
Player 2
shoot
has
it
an empty
back.
drive gauge. This is a very super art. What were they thinking? Uses the gauge for a super art. Excellent read. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Opens it out. Here's
Yeah, I
the final
could
round.
do
The real
shoot
fight
it
starts now.
but
For one more.
Final round. Fight.
Backdash to start. They're not taking any chances. Jumps in. Player 2 will look to a pro burnout.
Nah.
Did they mean to do that? Player 2 is in a burnout state. A very precarious situation. It burns out. Okay, here we go. And they burn out in sync. Let's lose the power wave. Super art to show them what our PhD fighters can do for you. Now they can use drives. Make smart use of the game. Good flatlines.
fuck.
Player 2 delivers the upset. That's one for the replay.
I couldn't shoot it then. What happened?
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Jump, nice counter. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Goes for an overhead. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Taking stock. Checks them with the projectile. The jump in is denied. Player 1 will have to fight back here without any drive. Not much life left. The drive gauge difference could tip the scale. KO! Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. Bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Genius read. Jump, just goes for it at this range. How can they steal this win in such a precarious situation? Dashes up. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Nails the crack shoot! A gutsy fireball gives them the round. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Uses the fireball to try and establish their pace. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. What's the play here? Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Ooh, will they hit, whip, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Player 1 chases them down. The damage is really piling up now. You can see how cornering your opponent is such an effective game plan. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. Life lead open, goes for the super art. Burns a bot to unleash the score. Sakai has a KO! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Bare knuckle! The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Sneaks in above. Scrapping it out up close. What'll happen here? Smart play with the throw. Jump. Fires a power wave. Plant experiencing burnout. They're going for the super art. That's not gonna hit. Life lead is there. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive art. Both fighters. How did they read that far? Quick medium poke. Gets the counter hit and the win. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Try rank match.
Here comes a new challenger.
10.
We're in for something special right here,
Hello.
right now.
Yes. Allow me, please.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Low heavy. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Trips them up. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Starts off zoning with fireball. Player two in that dangerous burnout state. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? Player one is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense.
Nah.
Oh, burnout gets.
So tough.
Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Bare knuckle! They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Player two was kept on their toes all round and didn't utilize their drive gauge efficiently. You may see them pay a bit more attention to that as we head into the next round. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Player two has a slight life lead. Going in, fires a power wave. Jump, grabs and throws him away. What'll happen here? Going on the offensive, raises with power wave. Knockdown and their spacing is so on point right now. They were right to be on guard there. That combo did deep uses their drive gauge. KO. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Jinrai kick for a mix-up. Both fighters are raring to go. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Anticipated that throw. Flashes him. Player one is in a very good spot. What's next? Blocks the drive reversal? Looking for a hole. Going and connects with the throw.
No, fuck.
What now? Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art. I can't believe. No, critical art now? Oh, hits the critical art. They gotta bust out the protectors, bust out the rulers, and think of a plan while this damage plays out. Didn't take the throw. Player one was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Round one.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Finds the target. The drive impact doesn't work. Flashes him. Which fighter will control the pace of the match early on? Knockdown. Corner switch means they can now go on the offensive. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Goes for the low kick. The impact gets blocked. Low heavy hits. Mix up incoming. Are they going to fill up their super meter for a small advantage or concentrate on the offensive? Projectile to try and change the situation. tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Both sides backing off to form their game plan. Fires a power wave! They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Here's their opening. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen?
No!
This is gonna be bad news. Flashes it. Uses the gauge for a super. Shipujinrai doing the fist in there.
I was sleepy. I was
Player
jealous.
one with a big first round pickup. Can they close it out? Bare knuckle. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Jump? Just out of range for that throw. Going in, player 2 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. Raises with power wave! Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Fires up going on the offensive? Player 2 has a slight life lead. Blocks the impact. Zones with the fireball. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. G-right kick for a mix-up. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Midway through the round, expect to see our fighters settle into their grooves. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Drive gauge gap here. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Jump, knockdown, and connect with medium kick. Fires a power wave. Aims for the shins. They're spacing. There's a burnout. Uses the gauge for a super. This is gonna take a chunk. Okay, here we go. What a finish!
No.
Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a
I
streak.
backed the casual match.
Thank you. Oh, how sweet. You're mine. Rising tackle. Oh, how sweet.
いい。
Here comes a new challenger.
あ
Our fighters are
あ。
ready to lay it all on the line.
ニコニコ。
Get ready. Let me have.
Round one.
I don't use.
Here we go.
I
What are
don't
these
care.
fighters going to do? Are they trying to slow down the pace with a projectile?
10 left. 10 left. Where you going?
Will the drive parry here open things up for them? Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. What are they thinking here? Nails the ante. Player one is just about out of drive after that. Big counter. Taking stock. Player one needs to deal with this burnout. Box him with a target combo. Player one has them going on the offensive. Drive rush to keep it going. They need to rely on their instincts here.
So close.
Player one
I was
on the board
almost
first
dead.
win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Goes for the jump in to start. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now?
Ow.
Player two needs to use the threat of the corner. Springs forward with the drive rush. Hits him with a stop and pop. Charges forward. Sneaks in above. You've got to be mindful of reaching jump-ins like this one. Going on the offensive? This can lead to some big damage. A quick breather, experiencing burnout. Player one sets up with the jump in. A real test of nerves here. Drops them. Flatlines them.
What are
Player
you
one
doing?
chased the giant and walks away
Nipples
unscathed.
missed a lot. Come on, fast.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Blast them. Shoots off a fireball up close. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Deftly shuts out the jump. Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something? Solid combo. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. This is gonna be bad news. Goes for the super. Wait, the super doesn't hit. Experiencing burnout. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a
Passion
psychological
battle.
advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Flash knuckle. Took him to the corner and still slugging it out at this range. Blocks it. Dashes forward. Springs forward with the drive rush. Block lead is there, kept their composure, and pulled out the combo at just the right time.
Luke.
Player two brings it home. Let's see
One
if they
player.
can build
Okay,
themselves a streak.
next. That's the match.
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Parries the projectile. Now what's the follow-up? Player one chases them down. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Still slugging it out here. Player one in that dangerous burnout state. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? All right, what's coming up next? Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Both sides are gonna have to fight without drive. KO! Player two picks up the
That's
always
right
important
there.
first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Goes for the jump in to start. This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Backs them into the corner in a hurry. Breaks the block with a throw. Player one rising uppercut.
Thank you.
Scrapping it out up close. Nails the crack. KO! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Hits the drive. It's time for both fighters to lay it, willing to risk it for the overdrive. That feeling out phase is over. time to get down to business. All in with the rush. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their they're out, but they may have a plan here. Knocked them out of the air. Player 1 isn't first. Just goes for it at this range. The Wolf of South Town is on the hunt and ready to show his face. The man's about to show anyone who runs this town. Both sides getting ready. Player 1 is mounting a comeback. Super hard to show them what a PhD and fighters can do for you. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scales. This is so... Are you kidding me? Get that out ready because that fight was easy money.
So, Rajutaku is not a Muteki.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. The low heavies. Raises with power weight. That's a counter. Still slugging it out at this range. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Big, low, reaching heavy. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Uses a fireball to try and establish their pace. Player 1 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Candice springs forward with the drive rush. Each hit is so important here. That was a well-placed projectile.
Too hot.
On the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Blossom had the radar up and running. Fires a power wave. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Raises with power wave. Going in. Goes with the drive rush to keep it going. Have they noticed the drive gauge gap? The low kick hits. Player 2, the super doesn't hit. Uses the target combo as a filler. Back to connects with the throw. Can they use their resources wisely to pick up the tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc? Closes in. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight.
Who will come out on top in this final round? Raises with power wave. Player 2 managed their drive gauge well to create lots of opportunities for themselves. Let's see if they can maintain this rhythm. They're back into the corner. Oh, the throw connects. Both throws them. Okay, he drops that off. Both fighters are down to half life. Player 1 can't use drive below. Power wave. They trade hits. The pace quickens after trading hits. They gotta go. Are you kidding me? That was a fight heard round the world. Yo, pop that. They're still at it. No one's willing to step away from a rematch. Hits the drive. Sandblast. Player 2 has the life lead. Can they use it? So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Parries the projectile. Now what's the follow-up? What's the play here? Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Sticks the jump in. Great work finding the opening. KO. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. A brave forward jump there to start. They trade. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. This is the perfect range to recharges forward. Springs forward with the drive rush. That's a counter. Smart play to stop the opponent. Good read with that throw escape. Barely blocks the jump in. Saw that coming. Flash knuckle. A quick breather. Clutch anti-air. Ooh, lands a rising uppercut. Player 2 is in a very good spot. There's a burnout.
No, miss.
Power wave. Good decision with that throw. What now? Player 2 can't use any breakthrough with the throw. Player 2 is a force to be reckoned
I have to
with.
plug this more. What? Why? I missed combo.
You're mine.
Nah.
Thank you.
Nah.
You're mine. Thank you. You're mine.
Okay. Today's last match.
Here comes a new challenger.
Shame.
Give me that drama.
Now
Give me
you
that
stop.
grime. Are y'all ready? It's fight night time.
Come on. Time for a beatdown.
Round one.
I don't use it.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? That was a solid anti-air. Tries to bait him with the projectile. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move where you're going to eat tons of damage. Takes the chance to hurt him.
Nah.
Can't tech the throw. Combo with the target combo. Connects with medium kick. Knockdown. Picks up the win with the projectile. Good read.
All right.
Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Charges in with thigh knuckle. Player 2 brushes that off and keeps going. Uses the target combo as a filler. Both fighters planning something.
That idea.
Breaks the block with a throw. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. Just goes for it at this range. The super doesn't hit. Both life and super art gauges are not looking good. Time to grind it out. Going in? You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins as this charges forward. Gets tagged by the fireball.
Yeah,
Player
it's
2
good.
brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Do you want to play one more? Oh.
Here comes a new challenger.
Okay, okay.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Smart tiger. Smart tiger.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Overdrive. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Lots of aggression from both sides. No good up high. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Parries the projectile. Now what's the follow-up? Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Player 1 will have to fight back here with a thunderous drive impact to close the round. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Low heavy hits, mix up incoming. Medium kick, knockdown and drive reversal. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Player 1, burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. They're going for the super arc. The super doesn't hit. The life lead is there, but still anyone's game throws them. What now? Impact squash. Player 1 can't use any drive. Closes it out. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
You want one more?
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Sticks the combo. We are near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here? Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something? Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. The pressure is so intense here. Barely KO! Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Drive time! Are we going to see some fireworks here? The counter is blocked. Still very early in the round. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup? Going in? Oh, burnout triggered! Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. It's a good spot. KO!
It's cold. Bismillah.
That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. So, what are our fighters planning in this opening round? The combo's there. Goes for the fireball. Gets the counter in. Trips him up. Player 2 blazing through that drive gauge to try and set the pace. Does a good job of pushing back. Takes a trip. Neither of them willing to back off. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Had the radar up and running. Player 1 in trouble with no drive. Fires a power wave. Oh God, this is tense. Extra spicy Shoyu connects. KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Bending that drive gauge. Who's going to start things off? Player 2 has a slight life lead. Grabs and throws him away. Player 1, the super doesn't hit. Burnout activates. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Big opportunity now in this corner. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Throws them forward and maintains the corner game. They were right to be on guard there. Extra spicy Shoyu connect. Clutch anti-air. The counterattack connects. Great sense to take advantage of even the smallest opening. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? The last round It's now or never. Connects with medium kick. Both fighters are standing firm with plenty of health remaining. The match just started. It's anyone's game. Blocks it. Connects with the throw. They return to center stick overhead. There's the counter we wanted. That risk keeps played, but it pays off. Player 2 can't use drive anymore. Throws them. Both absolutely refusing to give up ground. Oh, burnout. Did they mean to do that? With super power. Yo, lost super here. Scuffle. They're just gonna go for it with the super. The super's blocked. Player 1 can't use any drive boost. Gotta play it safe. This is gonna hurt. The shot pays off. Player 2 has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute party.
Anyway, thanks. Oh, okay.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. G-right kick for a mix-up. Nice counter. Projectile to try and change the situation. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? A battle of egos on display here as neither fighter wants to give up any ground. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Reads their mind and texts the throw. Coming through. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Big low reaching heavy. The jump in is denied. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Immediate dumping. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Smart play with the throw. They're laying into each other. A quick breather. Fires a power wave. Shows a medium kick. Gotta be careful not to whip at this rate. Full SA meters on Dexter, but adds a bit of OD spike. Player 2 will look to apply pressure. Side switch. Both sides getting ready. Oh, they changed sides. Turns out. What's next? Player 2 can't use the doesn't touch the throw. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Anyway, thanks. This is too late. See you next again. Okay. I couldn't get the win, so recently, so players find so pretty weak point, so I have to do anything. So anyway, thank you for coming to this channel. I end this stream. See you next. またね。Have a nice day. Have a nice stream.